good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen, and it is Tuesday, second day of the week. Yay! 16th of June. So we are halfway through the month. Yay! My video from Monday had a lot of weird noises in the background, so I did delete it. So hopefully I will be able to find time to re-record it or give you guys another special video. But hopefully this one won't have any weird interruptions or too many bloopers and things. So without further ado, let's see what we got today. All right, we are using the Sakki-Sakki Tarot deck. And today we have the Five of Rods. So this is another card where nobody has heads. I'm actually kind of enjoying this whole thing where the characters have no heads because it helps you kind of focus more on what the meanings of the body language and the different forms that are in the card itself rather than looking at their face and trying to interpret, are they happy? Are they sad? Are they upset about what's happening? So without the heads, you're relying on the body language and the positioning of the characters on the card, which is really cool. So rods, as we've gone over before, rods or wands are the fire, their element is fire. So creativity, passion, spirit, those kinds of things are involved in the rods. Fives are usually kind of an upset. So whether you're in the rods or any of the other suits, if you come up with a 5, it's going to be kind of like it's time to shake things up. And in some of those, it's a little scary, that shake up, like this one, or in others, it's not so bad. But this one is a shake up in the sense of you have your main character up here who is kind of fighting all of the other characters in the background. And what's interesting about this is I look at it kind of as, is it a real fight or is it kind of a mock fight? Because they're not using swords, they're using sticks. So it's kind of like when children fight or when people, you pick up a stick and you're like, come on guard, and you're goofing around with your friends. I goof around with my friends with real swords, but I'm weird. So you've got your one guy back here who's kind of, I don't know, he kind of looks like he's already victorious, kind of king of the mountain like. And then you've got the 3 down here who are fighting. And this one here, I mean, she's kind of floating in this one, and others, she's kind of climbing up, or he is climbing up to the mountain and kind of trying to dethrone the king of the mountain. So what this kind of shows, if you have to do with other people, it's kind of that conflict, but look deeper. Maybe it's a really petty conflict. Maybe you guys are just kind of hashing things out more than conflict. It's not war, it's trying to find that, where's our middle ground? Where are we supposed to be standing? I'm thinking of meetings where people are very loud and very talkative and they're kind of spitballing ideas and shooting things down and no, that's silly, and that's this kind of thing. It's not really a call to violence as much as it is a call to, hey, we've got to fix this. I'm not going to go easy on you about it, but we've got to fix this. We've got to figure out some new idea. We need a new plan. And it's, in a way, knocking this guy down off of the king of the mountain to bring somebody else up there. But it's a lot of hemming and hawing and not sure about things. And I find it interesting because we've got our 2 symbols down here at the bottom, which I'm going to go with, yes, Saturn. I am having to look these 2 up. Saturn and Leo. Leo I did know, but yeah, I used the handy little cheat sheet for Saturn because I wasn't sure. Saturn isn't one I see super often, so I had to look that one up. But it does come with a handy cheat sheet, so if you're not sure. But what Saturn usually is that kind of that destroyer of things. And yes, it can be very destructive, but it can also be like, hey, this isn't working. Time to pull the weeds. Time to get this out. Time to change what we do in life. And I think it's really interesting because I feel like it's also really timely, but I'm not going to go into that on here. You guys can ask me lots of questions on my other platforms. Um, the the Leo aspect, looking at that, Leo is the king of the zodiac. Let's be real. If you know a Leo and married to a Leo, you know they're the king of the zodiac. That is what they are. So it's interesting that the juxtaposition of, hey, you have kind of this king in the castle, but it's time to disrupt that. It's time to move on from that rule to something different, something greater. And again, it isn't going to be like disastrous sort of thing. It's more of like, I know that right now we're kind of in a time of there's all these protests and riots and things like that, but on the surface, it's a push forward. It's a positive thing, if that makes sense. So looking at this card when it comes up, I look at it as it's time to shake things up and better things are on the way, and everybody's going to learn something new from it. Everybody's going to gain a new perspective. So when you see this card and you're looking for, do I really want to go out with the old and in with the new? Yes. Yes, you do. When this person comes up too and they are really concerned that maybe they're fighting with their spouse or they're fighting at work, that's not what it's about either. It's about finding new ground. And in some ways, people who come to me and they're kind of a more quiet person, or they're not really a yes man, but they're a little more, they'll keep the peace more than anything. This card comes up so that they know you can speak up. Speak up, say your mind. Do what you think is right. And it's okay. Yeah, it's going to cause some disruption. People are not going to be super happy with you. But it's good. It's healthy because it's helping that person grow. And I usually tell them, approach everything with love. Approach everything with honesty and kindness and do the best you can with that. And that's all you can ask for, really. But the other thing with this card, when it comes up inverted, it makes me feel like the person is kind of just being beaten down, and they're sort of the one that was up on that castle, and they've been dethroned, so to speak. When it kind of looks like they're the one that's being dethroned, I look at it as, but what did you learn from it? What lessons did you find? What things did you discover from other people that maybe you weren't listening to, maybe you weren't giving voice to? What other things did you discover about yourself and how you handle conflict? So this card is not like some of the major arcana cards that are about change and disruption and chaos. This is a card of small chaos, little things. It's having that argument about, who did the dishes last, because really what it is it's about building respect. It's about having that talk in the office about, hey, empty the fridge, don't leave your lunch there from 3 weeks ago. But it isn't like, somebody's embezzling money. It isn't like your boss is abusive. It's none of those things. It's a very much, hey, let's just shake the system a bit. So this, I think, is a really good card when people are usually very quiet and they need that answer. They need that push to say, it's okay, shake things up. I'll be right here behind you. It'll be all right. So I really like this card too from the artistic perspective because it is just kind of chaotic. And I will say there's kind of that equal number of more masculine looking characters and more feminine looking characters, even though they have no heads. No heads. Help me out with that. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that about this card or any of the other cards, I look forward to it in the comments. And please, if you want to sign up for a tarot lesson or a tarot reading, please check out my website in the description. And always, like, subscribe, all those kinds of things. And enjoy your Tuesday. And I hope you caused just a little bit of chaos today. Upend the system just a little bit today and push a little boundaries just a little bit today. All right. Have a wonderful week. Bye.